Well, let's get straight into it, man. Machiavelli Mills TV. Let's talk about one of the most entertaining and I think one of the most intriguing films I ever watched in my life, and that's Training Day, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, with cameo appearances from Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. You had Terry Crews in the movie, but this was Eva Mendes. This was my introduction to Eva Mendes, right? So this movie, man, let me tell y'all something. Denzel Washington showed his acting chops and showed how brilliant of an actor he is, for real, for real. My mama, Denzel did such a great job. My mama hates this movie because her worst nightmare and most black women's nightmare is seeing Denzel Washington be the bad guy. My mother hates this movie because she just do not want to see her boy Denzel be a bad guy. And I think why people really like this role is because it is a step outside of the usual character that Denzel plays. Denzel usually plays the no nonsense, the charming, smooth operator, but he's always the good guy. This time, Denzel Washington plays Alonzo Harris, the master manipulator. He's a sociopath. He is narcissistic. He think he run everything. And he always seems to be in control of every situation and lets everybody know he is in control at all times. Now, this movie is about a young, aspiring detective, right? His name is Jake Hoyt. And Jake is under the tutelage of Alonzo Harris, played by Denzel Washington, right? He wants to climb into the upper ranks. He wants to become a detective. Denzel Washington's character, Alonzo Harris, is he's a decorated detective. He is a narcotics officer, right? And so people look up to him. He is flashy. He is flamboyant, but he's a guy that people really, I guess he's at the top. So Ethan Hawke's character, Jake Hoyt, he is honored to be on a ride with him, right? And from the jump, Denzel Washington's character, Alonzo, he's an asshole to him. Seriously, he talks to him crazy. He's smart with him. He's sarcastic. He gives him insults right off the bat. And at first, right, again, I first saw this movie, I was a child. My mama had this movie on VHS. That's how young I was when I watched this movie. This movie came out in 2001, directed by Antoine Fuqua, or Fuqua, however you pronounce it. Great job by Antoine. But anyway, I was a kid, and when I'm watching this movie, I'm looking for Denzel to be the ultimate good guy. And when I see how his character is on camera, I'm like, hell no. In my head, I'm thinking, I ain't gonna say that because my mama would have slapped me in my mouth, her and my grandma and my pops. But I'm like, hell no, man. Denzel is horrible. Like why is he being so mean? But then I'm thinking, well, maybe, he's playing a hard guy that's trying to be hard on the young kid that's trying to be a detective. He's trying to show him the ropes, so he's not going to be super friendly. He's going to show him tough love. But as time goes on, I see more and more. Something is very, very wrong with Alonzo, and he's a very sketchy character, and he's not right. Something is very, very off and eerie about him, and he doesn't seem to be a good guy at all. And Jake Hoyt, he comes to find out this will be the longest night of his life. Seriously. From the jump, right? They start off, and again, he's verbally abusive to him, talking crazy to him. And then this day is filled with Denzel's character is so manipulative. He coerces Jake Hoyt to do things that he knows is wrong and Jake feels is wrong, but he does it under the guise that, look, if you're trying to go undercover and you're with a drug dealer and you don't hit this weed, you can die. You can die. The chief will be delivering news to your wife that you are dead if you don't smoke this weed. He makes them smoke weed laced with PCP, and we'll fight. I will tell you why he does that later. And again, he makes Jake feel like it's gonna be all right. And he like, I'm gonna get busted. I'm gonna get drug tested. And this is Alonzo's whole premise. He thinks he's so in charge, and he convinces Jake all the time that everything gonna be all right. He like, look, we the police. We the police. The chief got our back. He ain't gonna let us ride out. He good. They tell us when the drop come, we gonna be good. We gonna be straight. And every time it seems like Jake is like weary of Alonzo and he's think, look, I'm doing the wrong thing. He gets persuaded to do it, peer pressure. He gets persuaded to do it because he really wants to make the ranks of being a detective, and he really trusts Alonzo's word. Seriously, Alonzo is so charismatic in delivering lies to Jake that Jake really starts to think that, you know what, we're doing this for the betterment of the community. This is a part of the job, and I'm gonna ride along with it, right? So then he goes and finds a guy named Blue, played by Snoop Dogg, who's in a wheelchair. And he tries to hunt him down in hopes of giving up information on another top drug dealer by the name of Sandman. They go to Sandman's house, and they find his wife, who's played by Macy Gray. And then we have her nephew Dimitri, who's played by, I forgot his name, man. He's the guy, the young kid in The Great Debaters, and also he was Zuri or whatever. What character? Zuri in Black Panther or something like that? But anyway, yeah. So he goes in the house, and then he steals $40,000 from Sandman's home. And I love that scene because Macy Gray knows Jake is a rookie. He doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand that Alonzo is crooked, but everybody in the community know that Alonzo is a very, very shady character. And she comes to find out that Denzel has stolen $40,000. $40,000 from her, and he used a fake warrant to do it, and he really just wanted to get her bread and take it for himself, not to take it to the police department. Jake is thinking, hey, we're gonna take this money to the police department, everything's gonna be all right. No, you rolling with Alonzo, baby boy. This dude is the dirtiest cop, one of the dirtiest cops you have ever seen. He has no intentions on giving this to the police. This his bread. And when they come outside, right, the scene, this is how Denzel is a hell of an actor. When she calls out to the other gang members, like, look, dude stole our money. He stole Sandman's money, my husband's money. Y'all are a part of this clique. Y'all better get Denzel. When they start shooting at Denzel, and Ethan Hawke's character is in the car, he frantic. Oh my God, we got to get the hell up out of here. Denzel says, sit in the car. Denzel comes out with guns ablazing. One gun holding like a gang member, one holding like a police officer, and it's firing and shooting and moving. And I promise you, I'm like, damn, he not worrying about getting hit. And his response, and excuse my language, when he said, yeah, motherfucker, I said, oh no, he gets excited off, like, again, excuse my language, he gets excited off bullshit. He really does. He's a person, I promise y'all, if you ever lived in the inner city, or not even have to live in the inner city, even in suburban areas, wherever, there are people in your communities that you can know who get excited off bullshit. Alonzo Harris, Denzel Washington's character, he thrives off of it. Like, he gets an adrenaline rush out of it. And he gets into a shootout with them dudes, and I'm like, yeah, he off his rocker. He really, really is crazy. And then after that, right, you find out he uses that $40,000 to get an arrest. To get a warrant from these three high-ranking corrupt officers known as the Three Wise Men, in hopes of getting a big-time drug dealer who was an ex-cop by the name of Roger, right? And we find out that Alonzo is in deep debt with the Russian mafia. He owed them some bread, right? So he is out to get this big-time bread from Roger in hopes of repaying this debt. But this whole trip is not just, this is not a one-time thing for Alonzo. Alonzo is used to doing shiesty stuff, and you can tell because in most situations where any other regular person would be scared or nervous or flinchy like Jake is, Alonzo is perfectly cool, calm, and collected. He's seen these situations before, and he's confident that he's going to get out of any situation because he thinks he is the top dog. He is the end-all, be-all of everything. And he is convinced that everybody else knows that, and they shall not cross him, right? And that's what makes it so crazy, because he thinks he's control of everything, and he thinks nothing can happen to him. Seriously, he thinks nothing can happen to him at all, and he does what the hell he wants to because we the police, as he always says. And when they go in there and get, this is really the kicker. When they go and get Roger, at the end, and he tells Jake to shoot Roger. He tells Jake to do it. Jake is scared. He's like, I'm not a killer. I'm not going to shoot this guy. He's like, I'm joking. We're joking. I'm not going to do that. But when Jake doesn't do it, Alonzo shoots him with the shotgun and then tells him, he plans out a story of who did it. He shoots the other guy in the vest to say, look, the story is Roger shot you when we bust through the door, and then Jake shot Roger in order to protect everybody else. He goes in and steals about $4-5 million from Roger to repay the debt. And then when he sees that Jake is concerned, when he sees that Jake is getting scared, and Jake like, hold on, man, I gotta report this. This ain't right. You find out this was a ploy the whole time. Denzel is such a master manipulator. He tells him, look, you can go and tell all you want to, but they're gonna run blood tests and they're gonna see what type of toxins was in your body, and you smoke PCP. You've been smoking PCP all day, right, Jake? And that's when he made him hit the weed and put the gun to his head. And Denzel's such a sly character, man. When he made him smoke that weed and put the gun to his head, and he said, I ain't make you do nothing. It ain't like I put a gun in your head, right? And laughs evilly. I said, oh, this dude here is off the chain. Something, he off his rocker. I'm like, man, Denzel really had you hating him. But at the same time, you was hoping and wishing that he would come around to being a good character. You just didn't want him to be this evil, malicious dude. You wanted him to have a lesson to it, and it turned out to be he was this undercover guy, and he really was a good guy. But the more the story goes on, you really see how effed up of a person he is for real. He's so effed up, his own son don't even want to be around him. His son, because Denzel has a mistress, which is Eva Mendes. He has a son with this mistress, and his son takes more to Jake than Denzel. And kids can always tell when a person their spirit ain't right. And his own son knew his spirit was not right at all. His own son knew it. Another giveaway when I knew Denzel was effed up in this movie. When they driving down the street after they go and visit Roger the first time, and they see the girl, when Jake sees the girl getting raped, and Jake is coming down from his high. He's high, all doped up from the PCP that Alonzo forced him to smoke in order to blackmail him just in case he wanted to snitch on him in the end. Anyway, when he gets out, first of all, Denzel didn't even want to stop the car at all. And Jake basically hops out of a moving car almost, runs and whoops on the dude by himself as Denzel sits to watch, right? And Denzel sits and watches him, he ain't doing nothing. It's like, damn, you ain't got his back? And then when Denzel goes and, first of all, Denzel got some damn iconic lines in this film. He got some iconic lines. But that scene when he got them boys against that wall, when he got them against that wall and against the gate, and he rubs the guns together like this, yeah. Like, and I said, oh, this dude. And I heard Denzel added that in there. Like, when he rubs the guns together like he's shining them up like they toys and tell him he gonna shoot one of his nutsack off or something, like one of his balls off. I'm like, this dude, Alonzo is a trip. This dude is an absolute trip. But the crazy thing about it was, right, now, I told y'all, he had him smoke the PCP. Remember, he had him smoke the PCP to blackmail him. And then say, you shot him. Okay, if we want to act up, you the one that shot him. You did it. No, we ain't going down. We not going to be the only ones going down. You going down with me, Jake. This ride was a test. This ride was to get you to become down with me and to force you to become down with me by all means. You're going to be crooked with us by all means, brother. You not getting out of this situation at all. And he tells him how the story is going to play out if everything shall go well or go wrong. So the crazy thing about it is, right, after he calms Jake down and feels like, hey, look, we're not going to kill Jake because the other dudes want to kill, the other police officers, the crooked cops want to kill Jake because they like, he going to snitch. They're like, no, we're not going to kill nobody. We're not going to kill nobody. Alonzo sets up Jake to be killed by the Mexicans. I think he's a Sereno, or Smiley is his name. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But he sets him up to be killed, leaves him to be killed. And the only thing that saved him was he dropped the wallet. He picked up the wallet of the girl that was getting raped because she left it. Come to find out, that was the Mexican's cousin. And when they called and confirmed, did he save you from getting raped? Why he got your ID? And she tells him, yeah, he did. And they let him live. And they like, look, Alonzo, he trying to get you up out of here. When Jake goes to confront Alonzo, this is when I know Denzel was a master manipulator, and like he really, really was twisting everybody. Like he was so charming and charismatic. He would try to make anybody think that it was all a test and everything gonna be all good and everything all cool. When it's a big lie. When Jake goes to confront him at Eva Mendez's house, when he goes to confront Denzel at his mistress's house. When Jake comes in, he said, "Oh, good job, Jake. You're going to be on the force, man. Great job. Great job. You did the thing, Jake. Welcome to the detective. You made it. You made it, Jake." Trying to make it seem like this was all a test. This is all just a big joke, and you passed the test. And I promise you, I'm like, this dude is still trying to go through with this shit. Like, he really is, after he just saw you kill a man with no probable cause to do so, but rob him. He's still trying to go through with the fact that, look, this was just a test, Jake. Relax, Jake. And Jake ain't going. And when he got this standoff with Denzel, Denzel got them iconic lines. Oh where has my little Jake gone? Oh where could he be? And then he calling to his son, mijo, because his son is half Hispanic or whatever. But it's just like, I'm like, this dude, Denzel is crazy. But the thing that I noticed at the end of the film, the drug dealers, the hood dudes on the block, they street dudes, but they cannot stand Alonzo because Alonzo wants to be a gangster and want to be a police officer. Right? And at the end, that standoff that Jake has with him, and he shoots Alonzo first is not worried because he like, look, I done been in these situations before. I'm the top dog on this block. At the end of the day, everybody gonna protect me if something go down because I run stuff here. And when he realized they don't got his back, you see his face turn from happiness or not, like a sarcastic face, to a face of worry and distress and sadness. Like, he like, I need that, give me that money, Jake. Because Jake took the money that he was supposed to give the Russians. He like, look, I ain't letting you have this illegal money. You not taking this. And he like, look, I need that money. Give me that money, Jake. He's pissed. Jake, cussing him out and all of that. And the hood dudes letting Jake go and standing and protecting him from Denzel doing something to him, letting him ride out, right? And to me, you see the ultimate demise of Alonzo's character. Alonzo's character has a huge meltdown, and he is self-destructing before everybody's eyes. And when Jake snatches the badge off of Denzel's neck, it's symbolic of the fact that he has no power no more. He's simply a regular dude. He's not the police no more. He doesn't have that same authority anymore at that moment because the people on the block are not afraid of him anymore. They're not afraid of him sending him to Pelican Bay or the SHOOT program, 23-hour lockdown, as he said, and they're not scared of that no more. They're not afraid of his power because Alonzo has been known to abuse his power for so long and get over on people and to lock people up for such a long time that, I mean, he's been getting over for a while that people have become scared. They become scared a lot, so nobody has done nothing to him. But at that point, you realize that Denzel is losing his power as that badge was snatched off of him by Jake. His power is gone, right? And then you see the terrible ending for Denzel. First of all, that dialogue at the end, what he say? I run shit here. Y'all just live here. When he told them that, King Kong, y'all know the whole line, King Kong ain't got nothing on me or whatever. Y'all know that. But when he told them, I'll run shit here, y'all just live here? Like, I'm like, this man, the way he was SHOOT program. He had everybody playing basketball in Pelican Bay. Denzel was so iconic with them lines and how powerful he was when he delivered them. The look on his eyes and his face, the distress and worry in his face, the amount of vitriol and embarrassment in his face, for real, you can see it. That's why it's like Denzel is such a phenomenal actor, and he submerged himself in his character because this is not a character that you're used to Denzel Washington playing. My mama hate this movie because she like, why is Denzel the bad guy? Why is he such a bad guy in this film? She like, I want him to be the good guy all the time. But hey, sometimes you take a step outside of the normal role that you play, and it will end up being your best work. This is the second film where I think he was nominated for, he won the Best Actor award or something like that. I think he won one for Glory when he had that one tear come down his eye. One tear. Just one, not two, one tear. That's a talent. Denzel, phenomenal. But yeah, man, this film, it's phenomenal, man. Even the cinematography in the film. Like that scene where Roger, it's like, I promise y'all, Denzel was in like this... Denzel was in God mode in that act, and I'm not talking about capital G, lowercase g, of course. His acting God mode in these scenes, man. And the cinematography is great, right? Because in that scene where he ultimately kills Roger, right? When he tells Jake to shoot Roger, and the way Denzel's face is like half partially covered up by the shadows, you can only really see his eyes. It's like, I don't know, it's telling, man. It's telling. Like, this dude is a very shady character. You got to look in his eyes to really see who he is for real. And he's an off type of guy, man. And Antoine Fuqua, he did an amazing job. Amazing job. Seriously. Well, at the end, when Denzel leaves and he gets lit up by them Russians, man, it's like, wow, man. Alonzo finally got everything that was coming to him. Everything that was coming to him came back to him at the end. Seriously, because Alonzo thought he was gonna get away scot-free. He tries to go to the airport, right? He tries to go to the airport to leave and flee and get away from everything. But they see him smash into his car and light him up. And it's like, wow, that is the end of Alonzo. And I heard that Antoine Fuqua, I don't know how true this is, but he initially intended for Denzel's character, Alonzo, to live. But he doesn't. And it's crazy, man. Jake, after the end, he comes home and the news is replaying everything and telling a story how Alonzo said it would happen, basically. But Alonzo meets his downfall ultimately, and Denzel is the ultimate bad guy because he is manipulative. He's the master manipulator. He's manipulative, and he's cunning and he's witty. He plans things out moments in time. Like he knows exactly how he wants things to go, and he has a way of trying to set it up to happen accordingly. He almost executed the plan to kill Jake if it wasn't for the wallet saving him. Had he not had that young lady's wallet that was getting raped, Smiley that was about to get raped, Smiley and it was going to kill him. He was going to be done, and that was going to be the end of Jake's story. But luckily, him being a good guy at that time ultimately came to save his life. It came to save his life, man. The good karma came back onto him for saving that young lady from being raped, and he was able to get his life spared in that instant. And man, it's just crazy. Man, this movie is so dope. And I heard that they had to ask. They went in the jungles, and I don't know, is that Compton? I'm not from LA. Never been to LA, so y'all can tell me. So they talked to the gang leader, T. Rogers, I guess, to ask for permission to go into the jungles to shoot in that particular hood and that set. I think it's because there's a blood set over there. So shoot in the blood set. They talked to T. Rogers and the blood members, the blood gang members. They got cameo time in the movie. So some of the bloods, man, from the jungles got into the film. So I think that that worked out well for them because that scene in the jungles made everything so authentic. Seriously, it made everything so authentic, and I just laugh at Macy Gray's acting in that scene, man. She was really good. Seriously, she was believable. I promise you, she was believable. Like somebody that's like in a drug bust or something like that. It's crazy, but yeah, man. I'm telling y'all, Denzel was such a shiesty, shady dude. Like, I grew up knowing, not dudes that kill police and all that. And I didn't know fake crooked cops or nothing like that. But I grew up knowing some guys that were shady, just like that. Master manipulators that make you feel like everything's going to be all right. But at the end of the day, they try to intimidate people. They try to use their power to abuse it, to get what they want. They try to impose their will on other people just by being shady and being shiesty and using peer pressure tactics to make them do what they want them to do. Seriously, I knew people like that in high school. So I can only imagine a person like that being in law enforcement. It's absolutely crazy. And this character, Alonzo's character, is based off, who is a character? Who is he based off? He's based off of an actual police officer, I heard. I heard he is based off like an actual crooked police officer. What is let me see. Let me see. One of the police officers from the Rampart scandal. Rafael Perez. I heard it's based upon him. That's what I heard. The character of Alonzo Harris. Y'all let me know how true that is. But I heard he was a very crooked individual. And there was a lot of crooked individuals within the Los Angeles Police Department at that time. So I think this movie is a reflection of that. Quick cool note, man. Training Day has been referenced in a lot of music videos like Lil Scrappy. You don't want no problem. And it's been referenced in like video games. Like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Tenpenny is, to me, represents Alonzo. In that scene where you kill Tenpenny at the end of the film, in the middle of the block where CJ lives, and people are standing around watching because Tenpenny has been such a menace to the black community, and he's been nothing but rotten to people all around him, and then just manipulating and being an absolute disgrace to people. When he meets his demise, that scene is similar to when Alonzo was killed in Training Day. So yeah, and even they had a crash. They had a crash police force is what they call the illegal, the crooked cops in San Andreas. Crash stands for Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums, and we know that Crash, they had used, like, they were tasked with combating gang-related crimes, but they were using definitely corrupt ways to do it. They were filled with corruption, and including placing items on people and framing people for murders or things that they didn't do and getting 20-something years. This is what a lot of the task force was found to be doing at the time. So yeah, man, but I find that this film, Training Day, I absolutely love this film. I love this performance from both Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington. I heard a rumor that Tobey Maguire, I don't know how true that is, Tobey Maguire was supposed to play Ethan Hawke's character, Jake Hoyt, but I can't imagine Tobey playing it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, he probably could have did a good job, but I just see him as Spider-Man all the time. I couldn't imagine him being Jake Hoyt. I just know Ethan Hawke did a fantastic job, and Denzel was absolutely phenomenal. Seriously. Machiavelli Meals TV, this is my review of Training Day. Love this film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Even though I gave all these spoilers, so I'm gonna have to put spoiler alert in the comment in the title of the video, so everybody know. If you haven't seen this movie, you might not want to watch this review until afterwards. But Machiavelli Meals TV, peace.